Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I want to do a review of one of the DVDs that my friend They Said Rock and Roll and her husband sent me. Were kind enough to send me when they were doing their spring cleaning. Very surprise package I got Friday afternoon when I got the mail. And this is Gilligan's Island right here. Now I have a story about Gilligan's Island because growing up, well, I was born in '68, so we just had back then you just had regular channels through the rabbit ears, especially in Albion and in Cranesville, and then cable didn't come about till '78 or '80, and we never had cable for a long time because back then the cable companies want to come out in the country to where we're at. They'll go anywhere now, but back then they didn't, and there was cable in Edinburgh and cable in Albion, but not in the area I was at, Cranesville. So we just had regular big. My dad put a big antenna on the chimney we had in the one house in Cranesville, and basically we just had the regular stations. We had ABC, uh, CBS, and NBC and PBS, and then we get the Canadian stations, and then when Fox came about in the very late '80s, we got it like very slightly, and we got like I think we saw like episode Werewolf kind of, but really bad on the upstairs TV. But usually we got Canadian TV and stuff for well. But that's when stations used to be a lot different. They used to show like old reruns of their shows, and it was like there was sometimes they're beat up, and then they got bad. They had like they were on film and then they had them on video and stuff like that. And they showed a lot of Gilligan's Island. I remember watching that a lot growing up. And then like on Sundays at 11 o'clock, they had a Gilligan's Island cartoon that Filmation did, I think. I remember watching that too. And then whenever I came, when I went in the Army, we end up, 1990, I was still in the Army. My dad moved down to Cranesville. And then we started getting cable and stuff like that. And after that, I never really watched Gilligan's Island that much anymore, except for, I saw some reunion shows. And then I remember buying on DVD for $1 the Gilligan's Island movie Return to Gilligan's Island. The Gilligan's Island movie Return to Gilligan's Island when they have to actually get off the island, and they live and they go try to go back to their regular work ways, and that was really good. And yeah, I saw that 2 or 3 times, and because that's when in the '70s when the show went off there, they had a couple of Gilligan's Island movies. I think they had like it was Return to Gilligan's Island, or uh, I think they did one where it was a resort, and then they did the Harlem Globetrotters one. So they did like 3 TV movies, and then Tina Louise wasn't in any of those because she didn't like being typecast as Ginger. She regretted the show. She said it killed her career, just like Max Baer Jr. said that Jethro killed his career on Beverly Hillbillies, and and back in the early '90s, there was a show called Whoops that came on that was on Fox. It was about like these people. There was so many people left after the after nuclear war, and it was kind of a setup like Gilligan's Island. And the creators from Gilligan's Island sued the show, and it was only on for like one season. But my dad absolutely hates Gilligan's Island. But I love the show, and I want to go on to the review of this that she was so kind to send me. First of all, like I said, it's so cool. This is the mini DVD. So the only other mini DVD I mentioned was Metropolis. It was like an extras DVD. And this is back when they were trying to sell these. You can also play them in a VHS thing, but you also sell these portable ones. I think my nephew had one. I bought one for him, a small DVD, like $5 about sharks. He probably lost it. He got one of these a long time ago. I think it was more for kids to be portable. They have like a big booklet in it. I don't see any R-rated movies, but I see some PG-13 ones. No R-rated movies in the booklet. Well, anyways, let's go to Gilligan's Island, and it's cool because there's 2 episodes, 2 on the raft in Home Sweet Hut, and apparently 2 on the raft was the pilot episode about when they first got stranded on the island and stuff. because they explain the whole thing about them being shipwrecked during the credits. And it's cool because it gives a lot more information about the castaways and stuff like that, and their surviving on the island. And actually, them trying to, Skipper and Gilligan trying to escape from the island, Bill and Raft trying to escape. It was really good, very entertaining. And then the second one was about them trying to build shelter, and he wanted to build a community hut. Reminds me of my the 30-man bay when I was in basic training, or the community bathrooms in the army. And it's about them trying to build community huts, and then they start fighting, and then they all try to build an individual hut, and they all come together and stuff. It's very entertaining. It brings me back to my childhood. And I give these a 10 out of 10. The humor might seem silly, but there's nothing wrong with being silly sometimes. Very physical humor, a lot more physical than in like some of the lamer sitcoms you see today. I mean, I think most of the actors probably wouldn't want to do all this physical stuff they did back then. Also, I wanted to say, these were the black and white ones. Whenever I was growing up, they never played the black and white ones that much. They always played the ones that were in color. I think a lot of times, at least back then, kids used to all complain about black and white. They didn't play a lot of black and white stuff back then. At least on the local station, they usually played the color episodes of Gilligan's Island. They did play black and white, but not that much. And something else about that show is, I think whenever the cast members didn't make that much money when Gilligan's Island became a big hit in syndication. They pretty much, I think they signed like, for residuals like 5 years after the show was off the air, and that was about it. And they didn't think the show would be that much of a success, so they pretty much signed their rights away on contract, except for the TV movies. I don't know what they did with that. So you see them constantly touring and stuff like that, because I know Bob Denver, who passed away, was always dressed like Gilligan. But he had a bunch of small side projects and side TV shows like Far Out Space Nuts and that Western one that I saw, like a version of that was all like put together, something like that, of episodes and stuff. I saw one episode of that. It was like put like a movie, but it was like different episodes of Dusty Trails or something like that. And also the theme song is the old theme song when it said, they say the Gilligan and the Skipper too, and the millionaire and his wife, and then they say the movie started, and they say and the rest, which is kind of an insult to the Professor and Mary Ann. And then later on they included Professor and Mary Ann, but they always say co-starring Don Wells and the guy who played the Professor. I think that's, even as a kid, I thought that was a little bit mean, because they pretty much had an equal role. Everyone had an equal role in the movie. You know, Ginger wasn't on anymore than Mary Ann or the Professor, you know. But they always got co-starring billing. I wonder why. So anyways, like I said, I get a 10 out of 10. Thank you very much to They Said Rock and Roll and Ray, her husband. You're great people, and you have a great family. And thank you very much for sending this to me. So I'd probably be uploading this on Monday night for Monday Night Raw. So, you know, go back to throwback to wrestling, throwback to Gilligan's Island. You know, it brings back a lot of memories, because I didn't see the black and white ones that much, but there's 2 episodes on here, and it's pretty cool. Like, I don't think they make many DVDs anymore, but they probably still could, because when you open up your DVD, they have like the tray, and they have like a small tray inside, and that's where you put the mini DVD, and they place perfect. Did I show the? I don't know if I showed that or not. See, place right in there, and then that's what the little DVD thing looked like. I can't remember. My nephew got the one, or he got like something different. They had like specially made DVDs or something. I can't remember. Well, anyways, 10 out of 10 for my review of Gilligan's Island. So, till next time, bye. Thank you again very much for sending this to me, and take care, my legion. Drink some more pop. I'll probably upload this for Monday night, so take care, everybody.